On today's Daily Slab, we are going to be covering the Cam Thomas market since he had his 3 straight 40-point games in February. We're also going to be looking at the new #1 prospect in baseball according to Baseball America, and we're going to look at the releases of the upcoming week. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's Daily Slab. Welcome everyone to the Daily Slab. I am Nate, and our trender for today is Cam Thomas. So you'll remember Cameron Thomas back on the Nets around the time when Kyrie was getting traded and Kevin Durant was getting traded and not playing, Michael Bridges wasn't on the team yet, that he went off for 3 straight 40-point games. 3 straight 40-point games. Since that point, the Nets have played 25 games, all right? In 7 of them, Cam Thomas has not played. In the other 18, 11 of those 18, Cam Thomas has scored less than 10 points, including 4 of them in which he scored 0. He also had a 1-point game in there, a 2-point game in there. And then he had 4 games where he scored 22, 22, 21, and 20, I believe. It has been a little bit of tough sledding for Cam Thomas to go from 3 straight 40-point games to games you don't play, to games you're barely getting any time where you can't score. It's not a great scene for him and the people that bought at the height of the card market, or the people that held on during the hype of his 3 40-point games and didn't sell. As you can see from the graph above, we're looking at his 2021 Prism Rookie Silver PSA 10. This card is up 176% since the start. It started at $10. It's up to $29. But you'll notice that it did at one point reach all the way up to $90, almost $90, and is now down to $29 since that point. And why I'm bringing this up and why we're checking back in on Cam Thomas today is because the season is now over, and sometimes it's worth selling on hype. Regardless of what might happen later, Cam Thomas could become one of the biggest stars in the NBA. You don't know that when you're selling. But when you have hype, it is worth it to sell, because this is just one of many, many examples in the card market where if you held on to a Cam Thomas Prism Silver PSA 10, you can see the prices and what they've done since that stretch. It's not been pretty, and so don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about what this player could become in a year, 2 years, 3 years. If you sell on the hype and he keeps going, well, you made money. If you sell on the hype and he doesn't keep going, you can buy back in. So either you make money or you make money and you're able to buy back in. Either way, you come out ahead. So Cam Thomas, our trender of the day. Our Instagram post of the day is this Jackson Chourio post. You can see a couple nice cards there. The Bowman Chrome Orange Auto itself sold for $20,000. And that gold second year Sapphire, or first year Sapphire, but not Bowman Chrome first, that is actually SlabStox. We own that, so beautiful card, number to 15 there. Well, the reason we're talking about Jackson Chourio is because he is now, with the graduations of Corbin Carroll and Gunnar Henderson off the Baseball America Top 100 prospect list, he is now the #1 prospect in baseball. And if I, a Brewers fan, had $1 for every time the Brewers have had the #1 prospect in baseball, I would now have $1. That's how rare this has been for Brewers fans to have a prospect of this pedigree. Most teams get it, not the Brewers. In fact, the Brewers are one of like 5 teams that don't have a World Series, and most of the teams that don't have a World Series championship are newer teams, like the Rockies, like the Rays, that haven't been around since 1970, like the Brewers have. So as a Brewers fan, I haven't had much to cheer for in my life, and so I'm taking this moment to cheer for having Jackson Chourio be the #1 prospect in baseball. I love it, and you guys might not care, but I wanted to gloat in it a little bit, bring it up, because it is big news for us Brewers fans. It's big news for the card market to be the #1 prospect, and you can see his card prices. They are astronomically high because of being #1. All right, and in what's happening, we've got the release schedule for the week, and while there's not a ton of releases this week, there are a couple big ones. And so I will draw your attention to 4/12, in which there is 2022 Prism Basketball releasing. So yes, we're finally getting the Prism Basketball release. just a couple days after the end of the season is significantly better than what it has been in the last couple years since COVID. So we are getting Prizm basketball, and I am looking forward to collecting some Christian Braun and some Ochai Agbaji cards, especially Christian Braun because he's on the Nuggets, and they're a really good team. The Jazz, they're not great, but the Nuggets with Christian Braun, that looks pretty good. So I'm looking forward to collecting some of his cards, and I'm excited for this release. Hopefully I can get some cards for cheap. You never know. On the 14th, you've got Donruss Soccer FIFA. You also have 2022 Prizm or Panini Playbook Football. And then on the 14th, the big one, Topps Dynasty Baseball. And we do have 2 cases of Topps Dynasty Baseball coming in for a release day break on Whatnot on SlabStox. So if you want to check that out and you at least want to see the cards, don't have to buy in because that's absurdly expensive. But if you want to see the cards, come join me on Whatnot on the SlabStox Whatnot page on release day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be breaking there. And then on the 15th, you have Upper Deck National Hockey Card Day. And the 17th, you've got 2023 Upper Deck Tim Hortons Legend Hockey. So if you're interested in any of those, you can go check out your local card shops to get those. I don't know about Dynasty. Maybe your local card shop might not have that. You might have to go online for that. But you can check that out also on our Whatnot page. And then Tim Hortons Legends Hockey. You can go to Tim Hortons and get that if you want as well, especially if you're up in Canada. All right, and one last thing, we have our YouTube live tonight, Aaron and I, so if you are interested in coming back and talking about some card topics at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, come right back here to SlabStox YouTube to check that out. Thank you, everyone, for watching today's Daily Slab. If you like this video, please click that like button, and don't forget to hit that subscribe, and I will talk to you tomorrow for the next Daily Slab. See you, everyone.